In this video, we're going to be doing some Rootless 251 and 736 drop twos. All right, so let's get into it. What I was doing was playing in a bunch of keys. Played in, well, not a bunch, but two. I played in A major and C major, right? But I actually started in C major, okay? So what we did was a 251 chord progression, okay? So first, before we figure out the rootless, we got to figure out the regular chords, right? And what I did was basically use 7 chords, right? So the 2 of a C major scale, right, is a D, right? The triad would be a D minor, right? D, F, A. But what we're going to do is add that 7, which is C. So D, F, A, C makes a D minor chord, okay? Or D minor 7. So the 5 is a G7 chord, right? G, B, D, F, okay? Okay, and then the 1, which is a C major 7, C, E, G, B, right? Okay, but I did not play them like this. Now, if we look at the third of each of these chords, right? If the minor is the 1, we're going to think of that third of that scale. So D minor scale, 1, 2, 3, which is F, right? We're going to play an F major 7, right? So this is the relative major chord for a minor chord. Now, if we look at it in reverse, if we consider this the 1, the F7, 1, 7, 6, right? This would be the relative minor, or D minor. Okay, so we're just kind of thinking of that relative minor situation in reverse, okay? So if we add E, this would be a D minor 9, right? So that's essentially what I'm playing. So we have this F chord. Now we go to this G chord, which is the 5. Now if we add that A flat, it becomes a G7 with the flat 9, okay? Now if we take the G away, now we have this B diminished chord, okay? So that's essentially what I'm doing, right? Now if we do the same thing for the major 7, and we look at that third E, and we play a minor 7, we have an E minor 7, right? So these are like the upper extensions of the 251 progression that we're doing, okay? So now we're gonna take this F major 7 chord, bring all the top notes, and bring them down a half step, right? And this one a whole step actually. And then we're gonna bring the low notes and bring them down, and that's our 251, right? Okay, now we're gonna make it drop 2. Take the second highest note, right? And then bring everything else down. And then that's our 251 drop 2. Okay, but here's how I played it. And then I took that 5, that rootless 5, and inverted it in drop 2s. I have a drop 2 PDF where I have all the major 7 chords as drop 2s and all of their inversions. So you want to check that out. We have the 2, 5, right? And we invert that 5. And all we do is bring down our right hand, right? And we take D and F and move it down a scale tone. Now we're on the 1, drop 2 of the 1 chord. So, right? So sweet. And what I do is just bring this 7, bring it to the 6, bring this 5, flat it to the flat 5, and we have this minor 7 flat 5 chord. Okay, it's just an extra chord to get me to the new key, right? Now we do the same progression in A major, right? Now that you know the concept, you find the 2, right? B minor 7. You figure out the upper extension of that, or the relative major, which is D major 7, right? Now we go to the 5, right? Have a dominant 7, add that flat 9, and then look for the diminished in that chord. We have the A flat diminished, so, right? And then we take that the 2 low notes right here, move it down the scale tone. Right now we have the upper extension of that A chord. Right? And now we do the same concept. Make the upper extension drop 2s. When we get to that 5, you bring it down, or invert it rather. And then now we're on the 1 of A. Right? Hope you're following me. This is kind of fast, okay? This is really, really advanced. Right? So if you really can't understand it, but if you like it, just learn it. Learn it and figure it out later. That's how I learn, okay? Now we take that same concept and we bring it down, just like that. Okay? So now, there were some other chords inside that to make it connect. So check this out. Right? So if you're paying attention to this chord, this is a half step below the target chord that we're going to, which is this chord, right? Remember, we're doing a 2-5-1 in A. So instead of just copying the 2-5-1 we did in C and just doing it in A, which is fine, what I did was played my target chord, which is a D, drop 2, a half step down. Right? Now I took this same concept that I did earlier, was I looked at the third of the chord of this C sharp major 7, which is an F, and you can make the third of a major 7 chord a minor 7, right? And that's all I did. That's all I did, right? It's the same chord, but I'm just taking the upper extensions of this major 7, right? And now I'm making it a drop 2, right? And bringing it up. Now it sets me up to the chord that I originally came on, right? This is a 2-5-1. Invert that 5, 1, diminish, right? Now here's my rootless 7-3-6, right? My A flat minor 7 flat 5, or G sharp minor 7 flat 5, right? My rootless C sharp chord. So this will be the 1, flat 9, 5, 7, flat 7, third. So, and here's my 6. Right, so I have the 5, 9, 1, 7. Sweet. This is some sweet chords. Bring it down a half step because we're getting to the 2. All right, this represents my minor chord. Right? Oh, let's do this for now. Right? Now what I'm doing, taking the extensions of this chord and bringing it up. Minor, going to that relative major, 7. Then inverting this major 7 chord and drop 2s. Right? So that's why it's good to practice the drop 2s and in inversions. So remember, download the drop 2 PDF that I have. We already played this chord, right? So for this chord on my 5, this chord represents my 5, a rootless 5. I'm playing this rootless dominant chord, right? So it's my 5, 3, flat 7. So essentially, this is still a flat 9 chord, right? It's just a different voicing, okay? And then I do a little riff at the end. Arpeggio. Right? Play that 1. Then I have this, I think this is a 13 chord, but I'm not really sure. But it's an F sharp over A. I add that G in there as well. And I just arpeggiate an F sharp major triad on top. So the point of this lesson is to show you rootless drop 2s in 251, 736, and hopefully you've seen cool ways to modulate to other keys, right? If you take the same concept and move it around, you can get some really, really cool ideas. All right, so members, you also have the MIDI file, okay? So use this so you can practice it in every key. All right, so I'll see you guys soon. Take care.